About the only kind of redeeming factor for the home games in the preseason, because you don't get to see the best players. You're paying about the same. I don't know, maybe people can buy them from friends for less or whatever, but you still got to pay the parking. It's expensive. And you don't see a real NFL football game. You see a facsimile. Well, in facsimile football, the Chiefs stink.
Yeah.
So, and also in the positions you want to see step forward. I saw Curtis a little bit on Twitter. So when I rewatched the game, I made a point of watching Felix on the D-line.
What'd you think there?
He was getting manhandled.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
And then the cornerbacks were bad, and that was something else you wanted to step up. So, and I heard Curtis talking about, yes, I think they can probably scheme around. They have one excellent corner, and maybe the other guys are all a bunch of pretty good 4s or 3 pluses or whatever, 3 minuses, 1, 2, 3, 4. But it was concerning, for sure.
Yeah. I'm with you on the Felix Anyudike-Uzomah. That, to me, was we're starting to reach a point where you're like, ooh. Now, they're so good. Like, it happens where you have a bust. But they're so good at the other rounds.
Right.
That,
they've had quite a few bad high picks.
Yeah.
That's the first rounder, I think, that's been bad, isn't it?
Probably.
I think so.
Curtis, can you think of a?
I can't. Let me check.
They've had 3 or 4 second rounders that haven't been very good.
Yeah. You ask him a question, he tries to answer, and you talk right over him, Danny.
I thought he needed time.
No, I can't think of one offhand. I'll check, but I can think of one who just never sees the field, and we're going into year 2, and he doesn't seem to be any closer to doing that than he was in year 1.
By the way, and you do know the game was in Kansas City.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
What was the second game?
Just,
the first 2 were on the road, and the third one was?
No, it was road, home.
Yep, road, home.
I just seem to distinctly remember people saying that the second game was the only chance for home fans to see it. That's why I was befuddled.
Well, I think they were probably talking about with Patrick Mahomes playing, with the real guys playing.
Well, that shows how dumb I am, because I'm like, wow.
You watched it really closely.
Well, I don't usually look in the stands. I'm watching. So, no, that's how intent I was on the football, Serena.
Oh, God, you were just in there. You're all over it.
So I had that in my mind. I'm like,
I'm with you, though.
Look at all that red.
I'm with you, though, on the corners. Not looking good. I mean, that's a little bit – we've just all been like, hey, that's what they do. And, I will point out I'll slap us on the back a little bit here at the program. Kay, what was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where we said, look, I think they're very good. We're huge Dave Merritt fans. We're big Steve Spagnuolo fans. But, we said L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie are doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yes.
When it comes to their reputation for drafting corners.
If
you go back,
round guys.
Yeah, 2018. We went through and all their secondary people. And said, okay, what do we have here under the Brett Veach watch? Well, his first secondary draft pick was Amani Watts, was a safety. Also, Tremont Smith, I think, was a corner who they converted to wideout, right? So whatever you want to score him as. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it was the other way around. A wideout they converted to corner. The next defensive backs they took were safety Juan Thornhill in 19 in the second round and Rashad Fenton, who they cut en route to their first Super Bowl. They traded en route to their second Super Bowl, I guess. Wasn't he around here for a couple of years? He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
After that, so far we're not like, oh, man, the Midas touch. Fourth round in 2020, they get L'Jarius Sneed, and then they trade back into the seventh round, a future 6 to get into the seventh, and they take Tharkarius Keys, Bo Peep Keys. He didn't hit. Go now to 21.
Nice name.
Yeah, nice name. They don't take anyone in 21. Then you get the Trent McDuffie, then great, but he was picked 21 and they traded up for him. He's supposed to be great, right? Safety, Brian Cook, been pretty good. We'll see. This will be a big year. He was certainly playing well last year. Josh Williams, 4th-round pick, pretty good, right? Jalen Watson, pretty good. Najee Johnson, haven't really seen him. Didn't really play the first year and was hurt the second year. And
Jalen Watson wasn't very good last night.
He was bad, but he hasn't really played much. He's kind of been hurt.
Right.
A lot of camp. Nick Jones in the 7th round. played a little last year. And then Kamal Haddon, Sam McDowell, when we did our Red Gold and Bull podcast this morning, he was adamant, no chance that guy's making the team. No chance, and he's a 6th-round pick this year.
Did you mention Shamari Connor? I don't know if you did or not.
I missed him.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, Shamari Connor last year in the 4th round, and he looks pretty good.
He looks pretty good.
But the two studs...
You know what he looks like? He looks like about what a 4th-round draft choice should look like.
I'll give him better than that. I'll give him better than that. Yeah.
I think 4th-round draft choices are supposed to be borderline starters. Wouldn't that be right now in the NFL?
My rule of thumb is 1st-round pick needs to start, unless it's a quarterback and you're giving him an apprenticeship. 1st-round pick needs to start in year 1. 2nd-round pick needs to start in year 2. 3rd-round pick needs to start sometime after that. And if you get anything out of the other guys beyond special teams, you got a diamond in the rough. They make 4th-rounders look like they're valuable, but I think a lot of times you're not much beyond a college free agent in the 4th.
I mainly agree with the point, but I think over time, because people keep so many young players now because of the salary cap implications, that I think a 4th-round pick has probably gotten a little bit more important in the pecking order, because there's some disappointment. I think, 15 years ago, you didn't expect a 6th-round player to make the team. Now it's kind of disappointing if they don't. Yeah. So I think it's changed a little bit.
By the way, I don't know that CBD American Shaman will market it this way, but I got a text from a friend said, I had a hurt hamstring once. Danny gave me some of his old man salve. Worked like a charm. It's our buddy Joe Spiker from Easton Roofing.
There we
it's
go.
not called old man salve, but if you come to CBD American Shaman, the topical cream is a wonderful way to relieve pain.
The 500 topical cream.
But if you came in and said, hey, can you give me some of that old man salve?
They
would probably
give
go,
you Ben Gay is what they'd give
Well,
you.
they'd say, well, what are you looking for? Well, my hamstrings hurt. Okay, you're looking for the topical cream.
That's right.
Let us show you that right over here.
Yeah, the topical cream is something you put on your fingers and then you rub it on you. It's not there's other same product. I think there's one that you put in a vial and do that. So anyway, I before we break, I'd like to appreciate the fact that I gave everyone driving around Kansas City listening to the show a chance to scream, "The game was at Arrowhead, you idiot!"
Well, I was sitting here waiting. I'm like, well, do I say anything or do I just keep going? But you mentioned it like twice, and I'm like,
no.
I better say something or Adam's. You know who needed it? Adam, who fielded probably 10 calls. People going, somebody tell me.
It was at Arrowhead.
We're at CBD American Shaman. You can get a free trial of their new plant-based advanced alkaloids when you mention 810. That's a $9.99 value. If you've got pain issues, this is something that has been wildly popular. People getting a lot of relief from it. You can come get a free trial of the plant-based advanced alkaloids right here. When you mention 810, that's a $10 value. They've got all kinds of great products if you're looking for elevated mood, increased energy, a sense of calm, advanced cognitive function. Talk to one of the educated team members at CBD American Shaman about which products are best for you. We're here in Overland Park on 87th. All the CBD American Shamans, though, are giving you 30% off today only. So get in there. Tell them 810 sent you. Said, I'm here. I want 30% off right now on all my products. I'm here because Tubby on 810 said I could save 30%. They'll be happy to help you out at CBD American Shaman. Find the location nearest you at cbdamericanshaman.com.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Did you experience hail damage last year and never got the work done? Most insurance companies only give you a year to get the roof fixed. And if you don't get it done, you could possibly not be compensated in full for the replacement of your roof. If you've been procrastinating getting that damaged roof taken care of, give us a call at 913-257-5426. And we'll send out an expert to help you through the process. We're never pushy, we're just here to help. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
All right, the good sense.
All right, welcome back here in the program. Oh, sorry, Curtis. Your turn.
It's all right.
Go ahead, Ken.
I waited a beat there. Good sense into the hour answer. 1980 World Series. You know, the Royals and Phillies are playing tonight at the K. Among Royals with at least 10 at-bats in that series, who had the highest batting average?
Oh, well, Willie had an amazing year. George was great, obviously, with at least 10 at-bats for either team or just the Royals?
Just for the Royals.
What did you say, the 80 World Series?
The 80 World Series. 3 guys with at least 10 at-bats hit 400 or better. Who had the best batting average?
For the Royals?
For the Royals.
Jim Eisenreich.
80
Well,
World Series.
He wasn't on that team.
was trying to go for more obscure.
Well, I mean, Brett and Wilson would be the two obvious ones, so it's not them, I'm assuming.
Nope. And Willie was 4 for 26 in that series with 12
terrible
Ks.
in that series. God bless him.
Willie and Quiz were not good.
I don't know, Daryl Porter.
Daryl Porter was also not good. 4 for 14 or 2 for 14.
He had an incredible season that year too.
He did.
I mean, one of the greatest seasons a catcher's ever had. And if you think that's comedic, go look it up, people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not hyperbole.
He led the league in walks, I think, that year as a catcher.
Yeah.
Had a 400 on base. I think 19 home runs, drove in 100. I don't know, Curtis. Who is it?
He was 11 for 23 with 3 home runs. Amos Otis. Amos Otis. 478. He hit what I thought was going to be the game-winning home run in Game 5 to put him up in the 6th inning, and then Del Unser happened in the 9th. Phillies won that game, went back to Philly, and Steve Carlton shut them down. The other two to hit 400-plus, Clint Hurdle was 5 for 12, and, of course, Willie Aikens, 8 for 20 with 4 bombs.
Yeah.
It was sort of karma because that series was sort of exactly like
15.
the 15 World Series, except in reverse.
Yeah, Royals led in 4.
The closer for the Mets was terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't even that terrible. He just blew 3 saves. A lot of it was his defense, but he did give up the home run to Gordon. So
Yeah. All right, Good Sense, GoodSenseSubs.com. Get it right now. Always a great time for Good Sense. We had Good Sense at my house last night, tip of the cap. The party trays, I love them. They're absolutely fantastic. They do such a great job of giving you literally everything. They give you too many napkins, too many plates, too many utensils, too many condiments. It's great. I have leftovers. Don't tell them that because I don't want them to cut back, but it's awesome. They give you like 3 different kinds of mustard, oil, vinegar, mayonnaise. I mean, you get to make the sandwich like exactly how you want it, plus tons of pickles, green peppers, lettuce, tomatoes, all the fixings. It's jalapenos. I absolutely adore the party trays. Get them if you're having a watch party at your house, a festivity. Get you some Good Sense. GoodSenseSubs.com to put your order in today. We're talking to Danny Clinkscale, brought to you by our good friends at Easton Roofing. Even the proprietor of Easton Roofing and his bum hamstring. I'm sure he pulled it trying to go out and play soccer or something. Whether it's commercial or residential, Easton Roofing has you covered. Check them out online today at eastonroofing.com. No payment collected until you're 100% satisfied.
Joe may be up on a roof at my house because he diagnosed a leak we had in the master bedroom and said, that's your gutter. There's no real issue there. That's not a roof thing.
Nice.
So
good for you.
It's another example of the fact that
good
somebody
have friends in high places.
Right, and somebody somebody else might have said, you need to repair your roof. There's stuff going on in your roof.
And there are
and
people
he didn't
like
say
that out there.
He said, that's your gutter, 95%.
Yeah.
But now he's got to come. Joe, you got to come over. Bring the ladder, buddy. Come on.
We're talking to Danny Clinkscale, little Danny Unleashed here in the program as we're live at CBD American Shaman. We brought up the Royals. Are they in your mind? They start the 20-game gauntlet.
I think they're in. But I felt a little bit more. If they'd swept the Angels, I'd really be bullish. Totally. Because I thought they might.
Yeah.
But
That's where I was,
they're
too.
still 3.5 clear. I think they can even go 8-12 in this 20.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
Let's put it on paper right now. Right, our predictions. The 20-game gauntlet. What do we all think they're going to go?
I'm going to say 9-11. I think they're 8-12 is anything below that. Then you're starting to get in trouble. Then you're probably going to have to really play some ball. But it'd be hard for them. It'd be really hard for them to play themselves out of it, where at the end of this, they're like 4 games out of it. That would be really hard to do.
Okay. Kay, what do you got?
Let's see. 8 of those, 11 of those are on the road. They are a little bit better. I think they're going to do pretty well against Cleveland. They seem to match up well against them. And so I'm going to say 9-11 as well.
Okay. Adam?
I'm going to be Mr. Pessimistic. I would take 9-11 in a heartbeat. I think they come home 7-13.
7-13. Nobody has them at 500.
It's really a tough stretch.
Yeah.
The reason I like the series in Cleveland is the fact that Cleveland's bullpen is great. Now, maybe that'll mitigate against them because they're playing 4 games in just barely over 3 days.